It's almost a dream that's not worth having because it's so crazy. Hello, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to figure out what kind of writer I am. Okay, bye Beth. I lovingly stole this idea from one of my good friends, Phoebe Wood. I will link her down below at Phoebe Wood Writes. And I thought this was so fun. I figured it would be a nice break from NaNoWriMo and the chaos that is trying to figure out my story. So we are going to type in to the Google, what kind of writer am I? Quiz. Let us begin. We have 4 assortment of quizzes. Shanta Grimes is going to tell me exactly what kind of writer I am and what to do with that information after. Thank you, I will need it. Shanta also self-published on Amazon and made $600 in the first week. So like, this was 6 days ago too, so it was like pretty recent. Thank you, Shanta. I'm excited to take your quiz. Let's see. We are not all the same. Writers are people, of course, and people come in all varieties. We have different goals, different interests, different needs. We all have different struggles and different strengths. If there's one thing that authortube has taught me, it is that we all are doing the same thing, but differently. She's identified 5 writer archetypes: the hesitator, the skipper, the spiller, the teacher, the artist. I don't want to read about them until after I've done the quiz. So, the first question really feels like somewhat of an attack. For whom do you write? For me, first. And then who pays me? And then my readers, are they not who pay me? In my fiction scenario, they are. I guess who pays me in the actual job portion of what I do. So I'm gonna say B. Oh no. I'm gonna say C. I write for myself. I write for myself. How prolific are you? I write, but no one has ever seen my work. I will share it as soon as I'm ready. Highly. I write as often as my employer requires me to. This is gonna be unfortunate because that is an answer. But also, as prolific as I want to be, I write when I have a story to tell. B. I tend to write a lot because I'm excited about my ideas. Not particularly prolific. I often focus on one project for a very long time. Okay, so A and E are not me. But arguably, B, C, and E are me. Should I take this as my fiction self? I think that's what we'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and say D though. I tend to write a lot, you know, because I'm excited. That feels like it sums up me pretty well. How do your ideas show up? As another thing to learn about, they are assigned to me. My ideas come to me as I move through life. They are closely tied to my actual experiences. And a constant barrage from all sides. Okay, D's coming through strong. As I always say, I have a surplus of ideas. This is true not only for writing and stories, but also authortube video ideas, even though this one I stole. 4, how important is earning a living as a writer to you? A, it's important, but the whole concept is overwhelming. B, highly important, even the most important thing. C, important, if I could earn a living as a storyteller, that would be so amazing. D, important, if I could earn a living connecting with my tribe, that would be so amazing. E, the last thing on my list of what's important about being a writer. Can I go ahead and confess now that the use of the word tribe here is a pet peeve of mine? I know that that's what a lot of people use, and I get that they have found their group, but like, I don't know why it bothers me so much. Anyways, I love how it's important to everyone but E. I think C. Because while it is important, like that's how I make some of my money now. It's not just being a writer, it's all of these things that add into writing. Ooh, I feel like we're coming through with the lead. 2 C's, 2 D's. Why do you write? It's what I've always wanted to do, and I love being immersed in the culture of writers because I love creative work, for healing, to teach, for the art of it. Okay. What? Not to teach, not to heal. For the art of it? Because I love creative work. It's what I've always wanted to do. I love being immersed. I guess it's A, honestly. For all of us on authortube. I assume you're only on authortube if you like being immersed in the culture of writers. 6, which book do you wish you'd written? The last book I read is almost always my new favorite. I wish I'd written them all. No. I'd love to ghostwrite a novel for my favorite celebrity. I actually would love to do that. Because I want to be told all of the details, and I love celebrity memoirs. I also always love where you can read the, like, it's not always the front flap, but it'll be embedded somewhere at the end where you can tell that there was a ghostwriter and they only get shouted out by like their first name, but it's my favorite thing. A memoir, no. Something that is universal, this is a universal favorite, like the Chronicles of Narnia, or a high impacting creative nonfiction book, or any National Book Award one. Probably D. I mean, if I could write the next, like, Harry Potter, the next Lunar Chronicles, if I could be the next Stephanie Perkins or Meg Cabot or Jim Butcher or Brandon Sanderson, like, I would love that. That would be It's almost a dream that's not worth having because it's so crazy. 7, how much detail do you put into your writing? A, I haven't written much, but I'm drawn to one of the answers below. What? As much as expected by editor, tons of details, most of it very personal, some, but I'm not interested in clearly sharing ideas. All of the details, this is my happy place. I guess D, technically? Like, I'm an underwriter, so I usually have to put details in later. I don't understand. How much of yourself do you put into writing? I'm not sure yet. I haven't started writing. None at all. My writing is almost always about myself. It is possible that people who know me are uncomfortable reading my work. Oh no. I have to remind myself to put myself in stories. Sometimes people say my writing is too dry or academic. It depends on the story. Sometimes a lot, sometimes not at all, but my writing is always in my voice. People often say that they would know my work anywhere. Oh, this is a hard one. You know I say that. It's definitely not C or D. I would have said it was E until the people often say they would know my work anywhere, or the writing's always in my voice. I do have specific voices. Like, I think probably my YA fantasy voice is relatively the same. I think my YA contemporary voice is relatively the same. I think, you know, my adult voices are relatively the same. But those are very different because they're very different. I'm gonna say E after all. Mostly because there are some stories that are a lot like me, and then there are some that are not me at all. 9, which of these is your biggest strength? Research? No. Switching gears between topics? Sure. Storytelling? I'd like to think so. Sharing ideas, the artistic craft of writing? Probably storytelling. I like to think that my stories are good. 10, which of these is your biggest weaknesses? Insecurity. That is a weakness. My writing is sometimes generic or boring. Audience building, finishing what I start, perfectionism. Wow. Feeling attacked. A, D, and E. I guess we're gonna go with A because I think that my personal perfectionist tendencies are wrapped up in A. So we're gonna go insecurity. 11, my favorite thing about being a writer is being a part of the writing community, earning a living doing something I love, processing my life via art, building a tribe, creating something beautiful. I'm gonna say E. Because it's the creative aspect that fuels me the most, though I do love being part of the community and I do like earning a living from stuff, just generally. 12, I feel like I'm successful when I start a project, someone pays me for my work, people are talking about my story, when someone has learned something from me, my muse and inner editor are both satisfied. Okay, that's, you know, 12 is fair with E. Now it is time to calculate the results. I got no B's for the record. Okay, very split, honestly, but D's take the cake. So if your answers are mostly D, you're probably a teacher. Am I though? Am I? What's her name? Shanta, am I? If you're a teacher, then you can stop trying to write highly personal essays that don't feel natural to you. That's not your strong suit. You're an idea person and sharing those ideas is where you blossom as a writer. You need a system for capturing those ideas and sticking with one long enough to finish it. Try keeping an idea notebook and rewarding yourself for finishing one project by allowing yourself to explore another. I mean, okay. A teacher is a writer who, not surprisingly, writes to teach. This writer is inundated by ideas. Oh, okay, I see now how I got teacher. They're their own and other people's. They are outward-facing writers who would most likely not do their work if they didn't have readers. Teachers are great with starts but struggle to finish. They write for their readers. Ooh. Okay, am I good with starts? Yes. I don't struggle to finish the draft. I do struggle to finish the later revision and edits, but that's just because I don't have as much experience doing that, so it takes a little bit longer and it's harder for me. They write for their readers. I'm trying to think, over the course of my lifetime, how many things I've given other people. I think I'm always my first reader. That's the important part. So I am writing for my readers, but my readers are also me. But I do think there's definitely some aspect, like I used to love and write Harry Potter fan fiction, and so I think something in there, I think all of us who wrote fan fiction not only loved to write, loved the fandom, but also wanted readers and wanted to connect in that way. Just like I love making videos, but I think the reason I've stuck around for so long is because I've slowly gotten an audience, not even necessarily where it's at now, because it's fun and we're sharing and yeah. So maybe this was true, maybe this was accurate, I don't know. We're gonna switch it up, go to BuzzFeed, then Kobo, then back to BuzzFeed. Make some word associations and we'll reveal what kind of writer you are. Okay. Shazia Kimmy. Read. Analyze. Invention. Brainstorm, sure. These are always interesting because it's like, you gotta think of the first word that comes to you, but like they're gonna give you 4 options. So it's not really the first word that comes to you. Genre, subject. Research. Support. Draft. Create. Analyze. Understand. Metacognitive. Metacognitive. Sure, reflect. I'm ambitious. You're a go-getter who is unafraid of the endless possibilities of writing. You take challenges head on and overcome them with determination. Your preparedness and goal-oriented mindset will lead you to success in unique writing. What I love about these is that there's not like a negative answer. It's just like, here's an adjective that some people would describe themselves as in some situations. We can all apply it to ourselves. It's like horoscopes. Am I a go-getter? Sure. Am I unafraid of the endless possibilities of writing? Yes. Do I take challenges head on? Hell yeah. Kobo writing life. Quiz time. Which type of writer are you? By Kobo Writing Life. Okay, okay, okay. Why, is there a quiz here? Why does it feel like there's not a quiz? There was no quiz. What? Is there something clickable that I'm not realizing? No two writers are the same, and really we cannot be defined simply by types. As authors, we are snowflakes with our own strengths and weaknesses. Write what you love, write what inspires you. Okay, Amy, did you make a quiz and it got moved? Because it's not a fun quiz. There was no quiz. Writer quiz, writing quiz. But where though? Or maybe she tagged it this way just to get all the people like me who want like to be reinforced in some way, and she's like, I will give you the reinforcement you need. Don't rely on a quiz. Who knows? Okay, let's figure out what kind of writer I would be by discovering my genre. So this is gonna be interesting because let's go ahead and lay it out. I write in romance. I write in adult mystery, thriller-esque things. I write in young adult fantasy, young adult contemporary, and I think those are my main ones. I have dabbled in other genres, but like this is where we're at. So let's see if it gives me any one of those genres. Really, if it gives me like sci-fi, that's probably where I'm out, even though I have attempted the sci-fi. What's my favorite color? It's none of these. It's green, but blue's close. Pick a little snack. Popcorn, candy, chocolate, ice cream. I want ice cream right now at 7:35 in the morning. When you're upset, what do? I do go for a walk. What's your favorite type of movies? Rom-com. Lastly, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? I would like to fly. Sci-fi. Literally called. You love anything and everything sci-fi. I don't though. And let's be honest, you're maybe a little bit nerdy in real life. Yes. You like Star Wars. I do. You like Marvel. I do. Neither of those are sci-fi. This is probably why I got that result, I guess. You don't have a super busy social life. Okay, stop coming for me, BuzzFeed. But you have good friends by your sides at all time regardless. Okay, get trying that sci-fi story. The universe needs it. It really doesn't. It does not need my sci-fi. My alien zoo concept I still love, but it really doesn't need my sci-fi. Okay, now, finally, we are going to see how many of these 41 writer cliches I've done. And we're gonna see how cliched of a writer am I. Check off all the ones that apply to you. You've written in a cafe, obviously. You've gone to a cafe for the explicit person writing there. Yes, you basically only write at cafes. Not during Corona. Also no. You're in a group chat for writers. Yes, you're insanely jealous of your favorite writer. I mean, sure. I don't know if it's jealous, but like there is some amount of like, I wish I could be that. So maybe it's not jealousy. It's fine. You really want to have a nice handwriting so that you can post aesthetic photos of your notes on Instagram. I do really wish I had nice handwriting. I'm not going to do anything to get nice handwriting, so I'm not going to click it. You've been accused of writing a manic pixie dream girl, at least, nope. You've written an honest to God manic pixie dream girl, nope. You've deconstructed, no. You had a Mary Sue phase. Again, any of us who wrote fanfic, did we not all? Okay. You've had a phrase in which you would only write fanfiction, yes. You dream of somebody writing fanfiction of your works one day, obviously. You made a playlist for at least one, yes. Mood board, no. I mean, I technically have a Pinterest, but like I don't use it. Oh, interesting. You'd like to be best friends with at least one of your characters. So I've never thought about that. I think I could be friends with some of my characters, as in some ways they're all some weird extension of my personality. Potentially, or like you infuse parts of your known personality along with other stuff, but I don't know that that fused portion would actually be friends with me, and I don't know that I've ever really thought about it like that. You routinely force your friends to read your writing. No. In fact, even as a kid, I did not force my friends to read my writing. I once tricked my friends into reading my Harry Potter fan fiction just to see what they would think. Where I was like, oh, that one looks good, as we're like scrolling through the website. Because I wanted honest feedback, but I didn't want them to know it was me. But I don't ask my friends to read my stuff. I've only asked a few friends to beta read when it was the genre that they already definitely read in. You bought a fancy notebook only to end up never writing it at all. Stop coming for me, cliched writer checklist. You bought several fancy, yes. Your typing speed is uncannily fast, sure. You secretly want to be a 19th century poet. I do not. You take jokes aimed at liberal art majors as, no. You do not understand math. Can we get rid of the notion that writers are somehow bad at math? Can we just like do away with that? I know some people are, but I'm a little bit annoyed that we've like made this part of the personality type of a writer. That and like, they don't like sports ball or whatever, you know? And I know some writers don't, and it's fine, but it's like the archetype of the writer, it's like the end joke is like, the sports, the math is hard. And it's like, we don't need to do this to ourselves. It's fine. You procrastinate, you're writing a lot. Not anymore. You spend more time procrastinating than you spend actually writing. Nope. You hate one specific classical author and will not hesitate to let people know this. Which author did I hate? I mean, I'm not a huge Charles Dickens fan. You unironically like the classic literature you recite in school. Only some of it. You can understand Shakespeare. Not super well. Oh, I do love TV tropes. I do love coffee. I do love tea. You can probably survive on soft drinks if you wanted to. I don't like soft drinks. I'm just now getting into spicy water, sparkling water, and I like Dr. Pepper because I'm a true Texan. But other than that, I'm not a big on soft drinks. Yep. You've come up with an insanely detailed backstory for a character that's mentioned about 3 times in the entire work. No, I don't do that. That is one of the things that when I see other writers do, I'm always amazed by, but that is not what I do. If they're only gonna appear barely 3 times, like they're not even named, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of research on them unless I think they will be named later. But no. First chapters are your enemy. I love first chapters. I don't like synopsis. Synopsisize? What? I don't think that's how you spell it. I love fan fiction. You procrastinated one book by working on another. 5,000%. Do you have a favorite work out of your works in progress? I don't think I do. Can we talk about that? That's a different thing. Let me just see my results. Cool. So, do people actually have a favorite book of theirs that they've written? I kind of get if you've written a lot and you've gotten better as a writer. I understand that. I understand if one is very special to you. I don't really understand having a favorite current work in progress out of your total works in progress. Maybe it's just coming easier to you right now and that's why it's your favorite. I understand that. Comment down below. Let me know if you have a favorite work in progress out of your current works in progress. I would be really curious. Also, let me know what kind of writer you think you are. Do you have a personal system for like what sorts of writers there are? Because I would like to know that. Once upon a time I made a video about why you haven't finished your first draft, and I try not to give prescriptive advice anymore, and I also like put a whole lot of asterisks and like, by the ways, in that video, but I had categories for why you hadn't finished your first draft. And I still kind of stand by those. I still kind of do. But I do think it's just really interesting and really funny how we just like naturally classify things, and even within such a specific subset already, you know, literary versus commercial, we have all the different genres. And then we like to do the plotter versus pantser. Are you a discovery writer versus a, what's the other one? Something else. You know, we do all these things to find groups of writers that are similar to us. I guess it's just interesting. It's human nature. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will link all of the quizzes I took down below, including the one at Kobo Writing Life that I attempted to take that was not a quiz. It's fine. And again, I will also link the good friend Phoebe down below so that you can go check out her channel. She did some different quizzes, so I think that would be really fun. And if you happen to take any of these quizzes, also let me know what you get. But that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Bye. How do your there we go.